Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome back to uFitness, where all of my content is basically based on you. So, last time I was talking about some of the ways that we could deal with mentally, emotionally, physically, just kidding, ways of dealing with, a rough day or a bad binge meal or compulsive eating. And I talked about how I struggled with that, and someone actually reached out to me and they were talking to me about how they actually could empathize with my position. And I asked them, what was the hardest thing, or what is the one thing you need the most help with? And they told me what I need help with is I want to know where to get started, because I feel like sometimes I'm just chasing my tail, and I just made that up because I lifted my cat up in the air here. So I wanted to give you guys a little step-by-step breakdown of a way of giving yourself some ideas that would actually help you out. So it's going to be really step-by-step, and it'll be a really productive first step in the way to becoming a healthier and happier person. So when I go into my life coaching sessions, if it's a wellness coaching session, typically what I ask revolves around 4 different things. How are you sleeping? How are you eating? How are you moving? And how are you dealing with stress? So if you look at each of those little areas, you're bound to find something that you can work on. To give you some ideas, and this is coming from a holistic standpoint, as you improve in each one of these areas, possibilities will start to present themselves. And this is what this is actually an old concept. It actually comes from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Opportunities will multiply as they're seized. And what you need to do is make one choice and one commitment to improve in one of those areas. That's all. And if you're not ready to, or if you don't see the point, well, then you need to do the thought work or find the motivation to do that. And what I mean by that is you need to believe that your behavior matters. You need to believe that those changes matter. Because the truth of the matter is, that's how it started for me. Is I would make one little change. Like it all actually, my biggest transformation was actually emotional. And I actually put up a sticky on my mirror that said, I accept myself unconditionally today. And that has actually been so integral in my own personal development. But it started with one little thing. So, if it's about how you feel about yourself, or, it could be something like that. When I was 300 pounds, I actually suffered from sleep apnea. And I didn't have anybody deal with it. In fact, one of my girlfriends would tell me that I was literally choking myself when I went to bed at night. Like I was literally choking in my sleep. And when I woke up, I was always tired. And so I'm just going to break down each of these areas. Sorry, I kind of got off on a tangent, but if you're looking at stress, what are the things that you can do to deal with stress a little bit better? Maybe it's taking a breather. Maybe it's giving yourself some more quality, just alone time or time with your partner. How could you bring your level of stress down? Maybe it's creating boundaries around different things with your friends or friendships that aren't working out. When it comes to sleep, how can you better structure your sleep or structure your bedtimes so that you come out ahead, so that you have more energy? When it comes to what you're eating, maybe there's a food that is your Achilles heel, and that would be enough to focus on to start. When it comes to movement, I don't care if it's going for a walk or hiking Mount Everest. The point is, it's all relative. Every victory is a victory. If a walk is daunting for you right now, then that is an amazing achievement to do. Okay? So everybody has their own level. We each have our own level, and we each have our own level of things that are challenging for us. So, what are you eating? How are you sleeping? How are you dealing with stress? And how are you moving? I'm certain you can find one thing to improve on this very moment. And if you did that, if you actually kept revisiting this week after week and incorporated better habits, that not just what I mean by there's no bad or good or bad habits, but there are habits that promote feeling good about yourself. The things that we think about when we are at a high energy level, you know, the way that we know that we can be, our potential. Because you know this in your core. You know that when you're feeling good, you know what you need to do. It's that when we struggle, you know, which is the challenging time. So find one thing. I don't care what it is, and work on that. And then maybe next week, when you've made that built that into your schedule, maybe find another thing. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 3 weeks. But the most important thing is those little things add up. And as you have little victories along the way, step by step, you will get closer where you want to go. You know, it all started out with a little notepad and a sticky note on my mirror in terms of my emotional transformation. I can tell you that that emotional and mental transformation has transformed me in ways I never expected. And it has made my life so much easier. So that's all I got for today. If you're looking for somewhere to start, just pick a place and start. Imagine, and I'm going to use this metaphor, and I'm talking to the people that are really struggling right now. Imagine my body and life was like a messy bedroom at one point. And if I just looked at the whole bedroom and I looked at how messy it was and what a pigsty it was so easy to just look at it and be like, this sucks. And where do I even start? Like, this is too much work. So, sorry guys, my phone just cut out. I was just going on about how the metaphor of, you know, a dirty apartment or a messy room. And what I wanted to say is, it's more important that you start somewhere and, you know, go find one thing that you can clean. Go find one area you can organize. Go find one thing that you can feel empowered about. Because when you find that one thing, you'll feel so good because you'll have that done and you can move on to the next thing. Opportunities will multiply as they are seized. So you just have to seize the opportunities. Right now there is going to be some low-hanging fruit. There are going to be some things that you could probably do pretty easily. And I would suggest that if you can, start there. So with that, I wanted to say goodbye. Excuse the technical difficulties. And if you guys have any comments, concerns, any ideas, anything that's helped you, anything that works for you, I am so open to having a conversation about that because I just want everyone to get better. And I'm so thankful that I can actually sit here and have a conversation with you about this stuff. And if you have any questions, you know, feel free to shoot me a message. I am not a resource for everything. I am not the Messiah. I'm just a guy who has suffered a lot with, you know, self-esteem and issues, you know, surrounding my weight and who I thought I was. And I just wanted to be able to help you as well. So thank you for checking me out. I'll see you next time. My cat's gonna wave at you guys somehow, maybe. Yeah, no? All right. Well, we'll move on. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.